Hey, Bruce. Just how pleased were you with that one from start to finish from your hockey team?
All facets solid, Dan. Obviously, special teams speak for themselves. We, obviously gave up a goal there in the late power play that went on our guys. So structure was excellent. Had some big blocks and Ovechkin kept some pucks out of the bumper. Pressure, appropriate pressure. So Joe and Kevan obviously did a good job getting those guys ready for this power play. And our power play, we made a few adjustments here. Myself and Jay sat down, and tonight they paid off. We got some shots we wanted, and 5-on-5, I thought, boy, we didn't give up much. Protected the neutral zone well against a good transition team. Guys work back to position to protect the slot. So just a lot of good stuff defensively. Offensively on the power play, and enough 5-on-5. I thought, we stuck to our, trying to play down low and create some stuff one-on-one around the net, and stuck with it. The other part is first period, guys could get frustrated. Looked like we had the better of the play, and halfway through the game, and just puck wasn't going in. Their goalie was excellent, but stuck with it and got rewarded eventually.
Steve Connery.
Bruce, do you have any update on Kevan, and did you guys draw any further inspiration from what happened there?
No. What happened there is their guy left his feet borderline late and, drove right under his chin. He told me skating by that he felt that when they reviewed it, he made contact first to his upper, his shoulder, I guess, or whatever he said, upper body at the time, I forget, but it didn't look that way from our vantage point. Kevin's at the hospital, undergoing some CTs, and until he gets back, we won't know nothing there. So obviously frustrating to watch that call, even a review go, by the wayside, essentially a 2-minute minor. And then later on, you watch the penalty assessed to Marchand, and it's just a complete head scratcher sometimes how that's a 2-minute penalty. But anyway, we played through it. And, we have to take care of our business, obviously. And they have to take care of theirs, but I didn't see it the way they did. And it's unfortunate for Kevan, but we'll see how he is.
Joe McDonald.
Coach, Miller goes down, you're down to 5D. Just how do you think the decor responded at both ends of the ice?
Well, great. I mean, Charlie McAvoy thrives with big minutes. I think we kept Riley around where he needs to be, but some of the PK stuff fell onto Grizz a little bit too. Some big blocks by Brandon and Cliffy, and Cliffy played under control. I've said it all along. Cliffy's a pretty underrated hockey player if he stays within himself and plays aggressive, moves pucks. He's played some on his offside. He's practiced there this year as well. It benefited him a lot early on. We talked to him about that when we had our three righties, McAvoy, Carlo, and Miller to start the year, that we had some young lefties, Losey and Zaboral. So take reps on the left side because, we'll see how they go. They're going to get opportunities to play. Grizz went down, so we had to use him. So good for him. He's been diligent about getting his work in there. So happy for him. But the whole group back there, and I think our forward group too, Joe recognizes that those situations when we get down in numbers and they're working hard to get back, and not that they don't when we're, have a full group, but you know what I mean? They're going the extra mile to make sure we're not stressing them. And so it worked out pretty well for them.
Kevin Dupont.
Bruce, it takes till the third period of Game 4 for one team to have more than a one-goal lead. So I'm wondering, when it's 3-0, what are you feeling there in terms of sense of relief, and do you think that has an impact here going forward?
No, I think teams are pretty good about putting games behind them. They're a veteran group. A veteran coach has been to the final plenty of times, so I don't think they'll dwell on this one. I assume they'll go back and reassess what they need to do better. That's what every team does. As for the lead, I thought tonight we had put ourselves in a position, Kevan, to earn that lead. Couldn't quite finish well around their net. Kept things clean for Tuukka for the most part. So I thought, I don't know, you always look at the analytics after you watch video and say, oh, it was closer than I thought, or it was accurate or whatnot. But I thought tonight we were the better team. And it ended up in the end playing out that way on the scoreboard.
Joe Haggerty.
Hey, Butchie, is the hope that maybe the floodgates start opening for Pasta a little bit after he gets one through tonight, both, on the power play and maybe 5-on-5 that he starts to see a little more success here?
Yeah, I mean, he's worked hard and he's gotten himself in a position to shoot the puck. I mean, we designed plays to get him his shot because he can score goals. We have a number of different looks. I mean, you watch practice, you see them. So at the end of the day, good for him. He's a sniper. Yeah, and as you said, maybe this gets him feeling better about his shot. Still making plays, playing hard. That line's a load. Still had lots of chances halfway through the game, 5-on-5 in front of the net, off to the side, different looks. And one, I'm not even sure what happened. He looked like he had an open net. Hathaway was diving back. The goalie's diving back. And, eventually you get those looks. He's too good to score. They'll go in, and they did.
Fluto.
Threat
Go ahead,
to
Fluto.
the chances that he was getting maybe earlier in the series. Why do you think he was able to elevate and be more of the David that you've seen before?
You cut out at the start, Fluto. I assume you're talking about Pasternak. I think he played well the other night. He had 18 attempts or 16 attempts, whatever it was, 9 shots. He tried to attack the inside ice, cutbacks. He was around the top of the crease. The puck just didn't go in for him. I mean, Grizz made a great play to him. I don't know if I think it was the first overtime or second. It was down at this end. So, and again, a good shot between the arm there where goalie's usually not able to squeeze it. And they've just been making saves on him. So, and I think he's comfortable with that line. The line's played very well. They're getting their looks. So I think guys get frustrated, honestly, the offensive guys, Fluto, when they don't see the puck or there's a matchup game and they're not on the ice enough, or if we're always taking penalties and then they have to sit for stretches. I don't see that in Pasta or any of those guys. They're playing their minutes, they're getting their chances. So I just think there's some doubt sometimes. When am I going to get my next one? I think that goes through scorers' heads, but I didn't see any frustration with Pasta and just stuck with it and got rewarded.
Last one for Coach Sophia.
Bruce, Nesson had Lars Eller on in between periods after the second, and he was understandably very frustrated, and he said we just have to want it more, want the puck more, want everything more. Do you feel like these teams are obviously both very talented, you guys played like you wanted it more, and then that was the difference in tonight's game?
Well, I can speak to our team, Sophie, and we wanted it, and it showed out there. I mean, our game we've talked about getting better all the time as we go along. And that includes a series. That includes period to period. We're starting to see the results here at home. At least these games were, certainly in Washington, we were much better the second game than the first. And I think we've progressively built our game here at home. I thought we were terrific in overtime. The other night we had a bad stretch in the third period where the game got away from us, and we were fortunate. We got a save and some help from the goalposts, but we've built our game here pretty good. And I thought today, again, good example of that. We got better as the game went on, had a couple hiccups against a good team that they're going to pressure you, of course. But so, yes, I feel that we've really wanted to play the right way, get to the net, play behind their D, all the things we talked about that could make us successful. I think our guys have bought into. We've tried to play discipline. Obviously we got some issues with the too many men. We jumped on again tonight, got in the middle of the play. Those are some things I have to sort out, make sure we have better control of the bench in those situations. But it's loud. Again, we're not used to that either. You got masks on, so it's tough to catch a guy once he goes to get him back, get the hook on him. So, but there's always a few areas we're going to keep working on, but the will to win, I think, is there. Well, I know it's there. So that's one that you have to have in the playoffs or you're going nowhere. I think teams understand that that's got to be built in, and it is in our group right now.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.